Hey, Ketosis Mom followers and Amazon shoppers, we're going to try this again because we have had a night. All right, I like to start right here every single time. My name is Jen, and Joe's going to be here with us again tonight as well. This is our storefront page at the Ketosis Mom. You can get to Amazon Live quickly by going to ketosismom.live. It'll lead you right to our live stream, or you can also get to the storefront from the live stream. You can tap follow in either one of those places that you would like, and we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. Tonight we are a sponsored stream, just so that everyone knows, and we are going to be going over parent essentials. Go ahead and say hello, Joe.
Hello.
Hello.
Hopefully it works this time.
I know, right? We have had a night. So either the app on Apple doesn't want to work or something else is not working. And so we have tried to go live a couple of times and we've had an interesting evening. Tonight, I mentioned that we are sponsored by Little Giggles, and we are going to go over a lot of their products during this live stream. You will see that there is a promo code during this live stream that you can claim for any of the Little Giggles products. These are products that we use in my house. This one specifically that I have highlighted first is the Little Giggles Kids Cough. These are suckers. And it looks like I'm still freezing. You guys that are in chat right now, tell me if there is any lag or I'm freezing on your end, because I am seeing that every time I'm like looking,
I'm not sure it's us, because I'm seeing it have an issue when I'm trying to watch it from my phone off of our network. I'm still seeing it like the page is not loading fully. So it might be like an Amazon issue, Amazon Live,
which wouldn't be the first time. I usually try to check a lot of our different creator groups to see what's going on with Amazon Live before we go live. But we've been trying to go live every single Friday night for you all. So we're going to try this to the best of our ability, and hopefully whatever kind of maintenance they're doing, they can figure that out. I mentioned before, this is something that we use at my house, and it is. I'm going to go over to the screen to just me so that you guys can see it up close. This is a few licks is a full dose, first of all. These are medicated cough drops for kids. You get 12 lollipops in each one. And it still looks like, am I frozen on your screen?
No, you're still moving.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
On this one.
I'm just making sure, because I'm like, whoa, what is happening? Because I'm looking at it over here, and then I'm looking at it over here, and it just looks completely different. So this is for sore throat, hoarseness, cough. It's that time of the year. It's going to happen. If you have kids, it's inevitable. We've got 2 that are in school. The other morning they came down, and we have a lot of like ragweed in the air, and they were coughing because they've got kind of the drainage going on. And I almost held them back from school because I thought, gosh, I don't want them going to school coughing like this. And then I gave them each their choice of flavor of these Little Giggles cough suckers, and I did not hear another cough. There was no coughing the whole morning going to school, in the car. They came home from school later and had no issues either. So for us, our experience with these is that they work great.
And they love the flavor.
They do love the flavor. So I'll let Joe kind of talk about that too. But what I do want to do though, because I was looking at these and I was looking at the reviews and I was kind of giggling about it, because if you guys look at this is the green sucker. So this one I'm going to guess is the apple, right? This is the one that our youngest likes the most. And you can see kind of like a white film on the outside of the lollipop, right? It does say on the wrapper that it is a medicated lollipop. So these are homeopathic, but they are considered a medicated lollipop. So what they're doing is they're brushing that on the outside of this. And I know that a lot of parents are going to say, yeah, but if my kid tastes that first and it's medicine, then they're not going to want to take it. They're not going to want to use it. They're not going to want to do the rest of the sucker. And that's actually not been our experience with this at all. My kids put this in their mouth. They think it tastes great right off the bat. And so they end up eating the entire sucker. And some of the suckers, the medicine is just kind of painted, as you will, on the outside. And then other suckers, it has medication even within the sucker as well that we're going to be going over. And again, because we are sponsored live stream by them tonight, you all get an extra % off. You're welcome. For all of their products. So anytime you see these products in our live stream, when you click on it, make sure that you are also hitting the thing that says save 10%. so that you can get 10% off of all these products. And congratulations for watching our live stream tonight. You get a discount. All right, Joe's going to go over our next item. So go, Joe, go.
So sorry for looking down a lot. I may have to get a little stand over here in the corner so I can look ahead as opposed to down.
Yeah, you can use
we can
this
try
one.
that one.
Here.
Because I'm just trying to make sure it looks like Amazon Live is working now. I'm not seeing anything too crazy, but I'm just going to pop that up there so I can keep an eye on the video. Our kids love this. I'm just going to say we have 4 tablets. Why do we have 4? Because we thought we lost 2 and they were actually in one of those home soap sanitizers. And we found them about 6 to 8 months later. We just forgot we had them in there. We thought we lost them.
They were there.
But that's why we didn't mind buying another set of them for the kids, because they're just that good. This is the Amazon Fire HD 10 Kids Pro tablet. The kids love it because they can pick which case is on it. This one has kind of cool designs, rainbows, flowers, and our oldest loves it. This is hers. It has,
if she comes in here and sees you with it, she's going to immediately want it.
It's got the forward and rear facing cameras on here, so you can do your video chats with the grandparents, which is what we use it for a lot. It has parental controls and locks, so you can set the time that the kids are going to be on the tablet. They don't have to be on it all day.
There we go.
And then you can check and download movies from your Amazon account or load apps on there. Very easy to use. The kids love it, and it's great for long car rides. I can't stress that enough.
It is. So, and tonight we're going over what we're calling like the parent essentials. And these are all products that we feel like have made our life easier as parents. And then I also know that people are going to start traveling a lot too. Like the holidays are coming up, you're going to be driving or on planes or whatever you have to do to get to your family. And sorry, my hat keeps falling off. I might have to take it off. But for us, we feel like a lot of these products are essential for travel as well. So I want to kind of get that out there because this is a product that we decided to get specifically for travel. And we were the parents that, of course, said like, oh, we're not going to have our kids have tablets. We don't want to do that. We don't want to get them used to that. And our kids don't have tablets all the time. They do get it when we travel, though. And for our kids, they know that there's also kind of limits on this. What's really great about the Amazon Kids tablets is that you can limit the age range of content you want them to have. So I have a 6-year-old, and so her content actually goes up to 8, just because I am kind of pushing her to read at a higher level, do puzzles at a higher level and things like that. But then of course my 4-year-old, hers only goes to a 6-year-old level. Same thing for her. I'm trying to push her a little bit, but you can also pick and choose. Like if there's content that they're looking at, you're like, what is this that you're watching? And you don't want them to do that, you just simply take it off. So that's why those are so great. And if you're looking for a tablet to gift someone with a child or a first-time tablet for a child, they're phenomenal. All right, Joe, go over your Shishibo.
So the last couple of minutes, you probably saw me fidgeting with something on the table. It is the Shishibo shape-shifting box. This one kind of has like a snowy, frosty pattern on it. You can change the shapes. This does have, I think this is the one that 36 rare earth magnets in it. You can make different shapes with it. The kids like taking these in the car too because it keeps them busy. Let's say the tablet died, they can play around with this. They're very possessive though. They don't like it when you're using theirs because this is our youngest. Our oldest has one that has kind of a globe that'll open up on the outside. It'll look like a square that's different green and red colors, but when you open it up, it's got a globe on the outside, which is kind of cool. So they come in a lot of different designs. The kids love them. And then Jen's going to talk about the next one.
I am. So the reason that I'm also going to talk about these, so the one Joe just had is called a Shishibo. And then this one that I'm highlighting right now is called a Cubendi. And the reason that I wanted to show both of these as like an essential for parents is because this one, I mentioned before, we have a 4-year-old and we have a 6-year-old. And so for the 4-year-old, this one that's a little easier to kind of manipulate and move around. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort. And it will automatically go into some of the shapes. This, in my opinion, is better for her age level, where it's just kind of something to keep her hands busy over in the timeout area or in the car, so she's not on a tablet or whenever she's throwing a tantrum. And it's just, she's not breaking it either. So our 4-year-old is a destroyer. We've called her a destroyer since she was a baby because she loves to just destroy things. And as you can see, this has not been destroyed yet. And this one is hers. And what's so funny is you said earlier that they're very particular about their cubes. And she came in here and says, why does Dad have Eileen's cube? And the biggest difference between the Cubendi and the Shishibo, because I know a lot of people are saying, yeah, but what's the difference between the two? The Shishibo, you can add multiple cubes together because the magnets are stronger. And then the Cubendi, you cannot. You can just play with the single one. So that's the biggest difference, but these make great stocking stuffers. My father-in-law was also like really interested in these when he was here, so he might be getting one of these for Christmas as well. So it's just a really cute little gift idea. All right, Joe, you've got the Hatch.
The Hatch Rest Baby Sound Machine and Nightlight. So I did plug this in. I'm kind of improving from what we did the last time. Just to kind of show you guys. You can kind of hear it. It has different types of music. I can just kind of, or sounds, I should say.
Yeah.
And if you touch it, you can change the color and the music if you touch it just lightly. You can also cycle through sound and brightness on this. And if you do it correctly and hold your finger on it, it turns it off.
Yeah.
So we use this every night with the kids. It just gives a little bit of white noise in the background that calms them and lets them fall asleep. And it's got a night light, so if they have to use the restroom at night, they can get out of their beds and walk over there a lot easier because it's not too bright and not too dim.
Exactly. So you can control the brightness on this. You can also control the color. As Joe was showing, you can control what sound it is. You can control it from the device, but you can also control it from an app, which is really nice. So if you're gifting to someone who might be having a new baby, for instance, I got this for our nursery just so that the baby could have a little bit of sound. I believe there's various different calming sounds on here, but also as a parent having to go into your child's room, a lot of times you want something that is not just a night light. Like maybe you need it to be brighter. Like last night we were trying to find the tooth that was supposedly under the pillow that magically went missing, and we needed a little bit more light. And so for me, I can just kind of quickly do that on my phone to look around and then leave. And then when I was going in when we had babies, I wanted something that was a little bit softer, that wasn't going to kind of jolt everyone awake, including myself. So this is a really great item to gift as well. The next item I am going to go over with you all, and it is over here. It's right here. This is mine. So this is also by Hatch. This is the Hatch Restore, and they call it a smart sleep assistant. But what's really great about this is if you look over here, it also works on an app. So you control this whole thing. It is a sunrise alarm clock. And so you can pick what kind of sunrise you want, what color you want it to be, what time you want the sunrise to come up. And it's a different way of waking up aside from your alarm clock that's just like right in your face. For me, it's been really nice to wake up this way instead of by 15 different alarms on my phone that I just keep hitting snooze to. It's also nice that you can create a whole wind down system with this as well. So something that Joe and I have been really bad about at night is getting on our phones and then time just keeps going and we're still on our phone and we've been on our phone for 30 minutes already. And so for this, I can tap the top of the Hatch Restore device and it will start what they're calling a wind down 20-minute session. You can change however long you want it to be. So after 20 minutes, it's going to change into like, okay, it's time for you to put everything down, start relaxing. Maybe we have another 5 or 10 minutes of conversation before then the sleep sounds can come on. You can have this also just like the Hatch Rest playing all night long as a sound machine. You do not have to. You can just set an alarm on here and then there's no sound, no light, no nothing until it's time for you to wake up. And so for me, this wakes me up with like a blue sunrise that goes into orange, that goes into a brighter one each morning. And so it starts a couple of minutes before the wind chime sounds start. And my wake up to this is much easier and less jolting and like less anxiety for me to wake up in this way. So I think that this is great, especially, I mean, honestly, I think this is good to gift to yourself as well as to gift to others. And for me as a parent, being able to wake up in a better mood and a little more relaxed is an essential for dealing with the kiddos in the morning who might not be just like that, right? They might be running all around in circles. All right, the next item Joe's going to go over with you all. Go ahead, Joe.
Got the portable potty, travel foldable potty seat. Kind of.
This lives in my car, and so I need to make sure it gets back in my car when we're done.
Up. It comes with these little bags that go inside, and there's just like little I just call it kind of holds it in place.
It's a ring.
It's
like a ring that holds it in place.
Into the potty seat. And this, I'm gonna knock over my phone trying to demonstrate it, but the kids can sit on that. It holds them quite well, and the best part is
it doesn't take up a lot of space.
Yeah, and it'll fit under the seat, so you don't have to worry about it.
Right. So like I said, that lives in my car. And the reason that it lives in my car is because we do travel a lot and all of our family is a minimum of, 4 hours away. And so you might get stuck in traffic sometimes. And when you've got little kids, like they got to go when they got to go. And so a lot of times also we might not be able to find somewhere to stop for them to go that really looks like somewhere we want to go in. So we'll just kind of pull off to the side and get this out. You can pop it up really quickly, let them go, tie it up, pop it back down, and then you can be on your way. Another essential that I'm going to have Joe show you all is the potty that it's a little bit bigger. So obviously
the summer infant step-by-step potty.
Yes, it's obviously for at home. This is the favorite potty of our children as well as us. And so if you're in the market for a potty chair for your house, we think this is the one that you need to get, and here's why.
Sure. Just to let you know, we're kind of going a little fuzzy here and there occasionally.
Oh, no!
But then it picks back up, so I don't think it's us, but let us know if you have any issues hearing us. The picture's okay, but sometimes it's better than others. If you need to see something again in a little more detail, let me know. I can hold it closer to the camera. But like I said, this is a summer infant step-by-step potty. It has a removable seat on the inside, along with a removable tray or bowl that catches the waste. It also has a little pocket box back here if you want to put, some wipes or anything else. But what the kids really loved and why they liked using this is they felt like they were using a big potty. So it's got a toilet paper holder here on the side. So you have the toilet paper there. They would go, they would wipe. So hopefully they'd wipe. I'll just put it that way. And the great news about this one, I can't pull it out right now because it sometimes takes a little bit of time. It's purposely on here tight so that the kids can't pull it off. This bottom portion comes off and then is used as a step stool. I can try it. Last time I tried this, it didn't come off so easy. I'm not even going to try it. But essentially what you do is you take the top portion off. And again, it's on there for a reason because you don't want the kids to be able to pull it off and spill it. This top portion goes on top of the toilet. And then the bottom part flips over and they use it as a step stool so they can get up to the toilet. So,
which is nice.
Kids loved it. Thankfully, we're beyond this. We're all on the big potty right now.
Right.
But that was their go-to for about 1.5 years, 2 years.
What's so funny about that, though, is that when we do have a lot of people at the house, and so one reason that I wanted to add this to the essentials is because if you are the house of choice or you're going to a house that maybe there's only 2, maybe 3 bathrooms in the whole place, but then you're going to have 15 people there. A lot of times kids can't wait for someone to come out of the potty. And so I'm the parent that I am not beyond taking a potty in my car to someone else's house.
Ours like to play to the point that they have to go.
Yes. So ours like to play until like, oh no, I can't wait anymore. And so even last time we were at my mother-in-law's house and we were at a birthday party and there was a lot of people in the house and there's only one bathroom for everybody to be using, I just said like, hey, do you still have a potty seat that we can just put out in one of these back rooms in case one of my kids, like, they got to go now. And so I feel like even if you don't have little kids, but you know that the people are coming to your house that do have little kids, it might be good to just get one of those and have out and just put it in a more private area of the house and just say, hey, if they can't wait, here's where they can go. So just some little tidbits there.
And I'm behind on my phone, so I'm sitting here cracking my back thinking it's on you,
and
then it cuts
me.
back over and it's got a double screen.
You should always be ready, Joe. Okay, when I first started, I told you all that the 10% that you can get off on the promo codes on this live stream tonight are for all of the Little Giggles products. We covered the cough before. This one is the cough, cold, and throat as well. And it also comes with 12 lollipops in it. The other one that I want to show is the one that I plan to keep inside of my car. This is the kids' travel sickness. Now, for this one specifically, my kids are really bad in the car about having kind of motion sickness. Honestly, I'm probably going to try these myself because with Joe's driving, so do I. I get travel sickness as well. And so I like these for travel in the car. I also like these for travel on an airplane. So I'm a big proponent of giving your kid a sucker on an airplane because even my ears as an adult, I have a really hard time. And sometimes with the motion in there and the different pressures, you can also get a little bit of your travel sickness as well. So grabbing these if you're going to be driving or you're going to be on a plane, I think are really, really important to just have. And then these in general, for quite honestly, like I said before, it's just that time of the year, folks. You need to just stock up on things that you know is going to be able to help the kids, especially if they've got that sore throat, especially if they're coughing, if they're coming down with a cold, you know they're going to be staying home because they're sick. There's kind of, in my opinion, there's not a whole lot of stuff that can really help littles with a sore throat. Here you go. And then you're not fighting them, trying to get them to take the medicine. Because both of my kids, if my kids came in here right now and saw me holding these, they would be going, Mom, can I have a sucker? Mom, you've got them out. Mom, can I have a sucker? Like, they love these things. And quite honestly, as a parent, to not have to fight my children trying to get them to take something, perfection. That on my end, yes. I mean, we've had other like cough suckers before and they'll say, no, I don't like these. These are gross. I don't want it. I do not have to fight with them over these. I actually have to try to keep these away from them so that they don't eat them all. So it's like the exact opposite. So on all of the Little Giggles, while we're going over them, make sure that you tap the 10% off coupon on our live stream. It is only available while we are live. So if you're watching us on demand, make sure you tap the follow button so you can see when we're live to get codes. And thank you for the follows tonight. You're not going unnoticed, Miss Maria. Thank you so much. All right, Joe.
All right. Well, it looks like Amazon Live's catching up again, so we're good.
Yay!
This is the Benko Kids Chill Lunchbox, which is on deal right now at the time of the live stream.
Yes. It's my favorite. Let me preface this. This is the best lunch container. Like, if I was still physically going to work and having to pack my lunch, I would get this for myself. So, but I love it for kids as well. Sorry. You explain why.
I'll just point out on the outside, it does have the locking mechanism, so it'll keep it closed. It does have a rubberized edge, so that way if you're holding it, it's not going to slip out. Or if you're sliding it into like the side of a school bag, the school bag flips over. If this is touching something, it's not going to slide out.
Exactly.
And of course we use these. You know how I know we use these? Because I forgot the cool insert again. Why? Because we put them in our freezers. So I'm just going to have to explain it to you. Well, what's great about this is there's a rubberized lining that connects with the top of this plastic insert lunchbox. So that way you get a good seal. And if you do flip it over, move it side to side, you're not going to get mixing of, let's say you had maybe grapes, or maybe you had, pudding that you put in here for them. It's not going to go into the container next to it, which is great. This pulls out.
Which is not like other containers. Let me just tell you that right now.
For ease of washing, it is dishwasher safe. So is this. Thankfully, we haven't had to do a lot of washing on these. We really haven't. You take a wet rag or whatnot on the top and you're good. And really, this is all that stays dirty. Mm-hmm. But it's a gray insert, that Coolie Pack type thing. It's hard plastic. It fits into this tray here perfectly. This goes right on top of it. And then you close it shut. And it'll be a little bit harder to close because you have a little tighter seal with that in there. You don't need to use that. For example, we'll put hot chicken nuggets in here and line this with some aluminum foil and close it up so it continues to reflect that heat. It'll keep it warm enough for them to still be warm when they get to lunch. Kids love it. We have, what, 3 or 4 for each kid?
I think we have 3 for each kid.
We have plenty of these, and we use them all the time.
The other thing that I want to point out about this, so Joe's talking about that gray coolie pack that fits underneath the tray. For my kids, the first couple of years that my oldest was going to school, we were sending like those really cute mermaid cooler packs or like a unicorn or a dinosaur. And a lot of times they weren't making it home. Like they were either going home with another child, even though our name was on it, or they were being thrown away for whatever reason. And so what's great about this, with that cooler pack being underneath the tray, is it comes home every day. Yeah. Like we have never had a tray not returned to us with the cooler pack still under there. And my youngest tends to not really eat her lunch at school because she's more interested in seeing what everybody else is doing than she is eating her food. So when she gets home with hers, it's still cold on that cooler pack. And I can just sit her back down and say, okay, we didn't finish our lunch today. Let's go ahead and eat it while we do whatever we're doing. So that's also a really nice aspect of that. And the fact that it's on deal during our live stream.
Even better.
Even better. All right. And it also makes a really great gift because I feel like a lot of people are already like gift hunting, right? Okay. Yeah. Go, Joe. These are our
the kids' modern
favorite drinks.
Disney Princess water bottle with straw lid. And this is the 14-ounce version. Just kind of show you, it does pop open, and it's not easy to open. It's easy enough where the kids can open, but it's not going to just slide open.
Correct.
And the great thing about this is it has to open most of the way for any water to start coming out. Otherwise, it's closed off. Just kind of show you, it is kind of that vacuum type container in there, so it will keep it hot or cold depending on what you're looking for. If the straw does get dirty, it can be pulled out to get clean, so that's a little bit easier to clean in here.
It's one of my favorite parts of this cup, that you can actually remove the straw and clean it. Yeah.
But it's perfect. The kids love it. They each have 2 or 3 of these as well that they'll rotate out. So
we have Elsa, we've got Ariel, we've got Moana, we've got Frozen, we got Rapunzel. Yeah, we've got a lot of these. And personally, I feel like you could put this down in a stocking. You can wrap it because it does come in a box. You could wrap it and it would look really cute. Kids love these because of all the characters and all the choices that you can get on them. So it's a really great choice. And it's also one of those things where it stays cold, and we put ice in it before they go to school. And even after school today, we had to go to an extracurricular activity and her water was still cold and there was still ice in there even after 5 o'clock. So that's awesome. The next item I'm going to go over is right here. And I get asked about these a lot because I always have them on my cups. The girls usually have them on their cups as well. So when you're in a vehicle and you have cups like this or cups like what Joe was just showing, you'll hear a lot of as it rattles, right, in the cup. And for me, some days I'm so irritable that noise just drives me insane. So these are water bumpers. They fit around, this is a 32-ounce BrewMate. They also fit on my 40-ounce Stanley cup. They fit the kids' cups that Joe was just showing. It's just a little silicone sleeve, a water bumper that fits on the bottom and it still fits into a cup holder with this so that it holds it tighter so that you don't hear rattling in the car. You don't hear that. What's also really nice about these for me as a parent is that, number one, I'm a dog mom too. So if I have the dog with me and he needs some water and I don't have a water bowl for him, I can simply just take this off, put some water in there for him, let him have some water, shake it out and put it back on. Same kind of goes for my kids though, as long as the dog has not been like licking in this. If I go and get nuggets somewhere and they're like, oh no, I want a nugget instead of what I got, and then I have to share with them and they don't have a tray and they don't have a cup and they don't have anything to put it in and we're in the car, then I can just put some of those nuggets down in here, hand it back to them, and then they can eat straight out of this. This is top shelf dishwasher safe. It is also made out of a food grade silicone, and they have lots of different colors and designs as well. And I believe that we have all of them, just so you know. And at the time of our live stream, there is a % off. So make sure that you look at the water bumpers. All right, Joe, you're going to go over kitty caps.
I have my kitty cap silicone bottle top right here. I'm going to go over a couple different ones that we have. The next one is the jelly cap, but we'll start with the kitty cap. The kids love these. We love them for two reasons. A, no spill with the cap on, and even with the cap off, I'm going to show you very minimal spill. One, it drips out. So that's ideal. 2 drips when I flipped it over as opposed to the whole bottle coming out, because the kids knock these over plenty. Now this isn't designed to be no drip when it flips over, because it's got like a little cross pattern in the top so you can stick a straw in the top of it. What it is designed is like if it tips over to the side, it's not spilling.
Yeah.
It's not going to be completely watertight, but it will be if you actually close the cap. So Correct. This is more so if the kids drop it, they flip it over, you're going to get a couple drops of water or liquid out. You're not spilling it all over the floor.
The other thing about the kitty caps, though, so a lot of times different parks that you'll go to or different events that you go to, you cannot bring any kind of outside food or drink in with you. And then when you get in there, all they have is bottled drinks. And if you have your kids in like a nice outfit that you don't want them ruining, it's easier to just walk in with these little kitty caps, pop those into the top of the bottled drink, and then you know that it's not going to get all over them or even spill. You can even kind of toss it down in the bottom of a stroller or in a bag, and you're still going to be okay. So yeah. Are you going to go over jelly caps too?
Yeah, we'll have jelly caps going next.
All right, so let me highlight that one.
Whop off the bottle.
And I will say that so I originally got the jelly caps, even though Joe's going to show it to you on a regular size water bottle. I originally got the jelly caps because our youngest drinks Gatorade all the time, and the opening on the Gatorade is larger than a normal bottle. And so I got these for those because you can flip it the other way and then put a straw down in there, and it still seals off that larger mouth. But he's going to show it to you on this water bottle as well.
A little bit different. Now, for the bigger wide mouth bottles, it goes in this way. For the smaller mouth bottles like this one, so this is a plus to this one. It will fit the wider mouth bottles, whereas the kitty cap only fits this size. I want to show you, it does have some ridges on the inside, so you can kind of screw it on top, get it to go down over those ridges, and it's not coming off. And this works kind of like, your sports drink squeeze bottle. It'll tilt over and you can get a drip out of it too. Because it is wide open at the top. This is designed so it can be used more like a squeeze bottle type thing for the kids, or they'll just, and it's not going to get all over the place, because our little is still working on drinking from an open top cup, and we're much more comfortable with her walking around with this.
She can do it. It's just we as parents feel better if she has something that for sure is not going to spill, as opposed to it has the possibility that it still can spill.
And the jelly cap does come with a container.
It does.
That you can pop it in.
That is what I like about that one, because if you're just kind of tossing these down in a bag, so the kitty caps, I will toss them over into a separate little Ziploc bag that says snacks on it in our bags. So it's still in some type of container. But what's really nice about the jelly caps is that they come with those little snap containers. So if you just want to toss it down in your purse, it's not going to get like all the gunk and stuff all over your purse in it. So I do like that aspect of it. All right, another thing that I think is a parent essential, and this is the one that I got for mine, and this is going to actually be going into a Christmas gift for them. This is the wet brushes. And so this is a Hogwarts Harry Potter wet brush set that comes with a comb that has wider, not bristles, but teeth, I guess, has wider teeth on it, so it can help you get the knots out. And then I have a smaller wet brush, and then also the larger wet brush, because a lot of times with the smaller wet brush I have to kind of toss it into a gymnastics bag or wherever we happen to be going so that I have it, and I like to leave the larger brushes at home.
And don't be fooled by the box. We have like a dozen of these of different sizes throughout the house. So you have all the Disney princesses.
Do you guys hear him over there complaining about all of our stuff and things? Yeah. It's Halloween. I was going to give the kids this for Halloween for real, and then I didn't. And so we kind of start watching all the Harry Potter movies and even into Fantastic Beasts at Halloween, and then we kind of watch it all the way into Christmas as well. That's kind of like our tradition. And so I just thought this set was really, really cute. My in-laws are also really into Harry Potter as well, and then I think my nieces are too. So I feel like this is just... The wet brushes are definitely a must if you have kids in general. Like, I'm not talking about just girls, like boys with hair as well, unless they're like Joe and they have no hair, then you need a wet brush to be able to get those tangles out and to be able to not like be pulling them ball headed.
But what I was getting at is, I don't want you guys to think we don't use these because this is still in the plastic.
Oh no, we have lots of these.
We have a lot of them, and they choose, like for example, my little one has her Snow White one out right now, and she wants to use that one, but we have like Ariel and Tiana and Jasmine.
We got everybody.
And
Frozen.
Belle, you know, so they pick kind of on a week-to-week basis which one they want to use.
This is a true story.
And if we happen to go to get their haircut,
I already have one of these
them,
in my car.
Or if we go out and they see a new one, because these are easy to, the single ones are easy to stuff in a stocking.
They are, yes. These. So if you get this set, I would wrap it, right?
Yeah.
But if you get the single wet brushes, they are very good stocking size, just so that you know. And kids get excited about it. And so if you have kids that are, you know, kind of, no, I don't want to brush my hair today. Like, you can usually get them a little more excited if you get things like this. That's going to get them excited. Another thing that we use as parents on my kids' hair anyway are these, and you're still on camera just so you know, are these Mr. bottles.
They're also on deal at the time of the live stream.
They are also on deal at the time of our live stream. Now, these are our favorite Mr. bottles. These are from Hula Home, and I'm going to spray it back here just so it doesn't spray any of my equipment, but can you see that on there?
It comes out as a mist. It's not really like a small directional type stream. It comes out as a mist, so you can get all of their hair instead of one small space where it gets super wet.
Now, I've seen a lot of people put cleaning supplies in these too. I've seen people misting their plants. If you have plants that need to be misted, we use it on hair at my house because I also have shown in a lot of previous live streams the Kitsch curlers. Also with my oldest daughter's hair, she has naturally curly hair, but after she's been in her bed rolling around and getting rat's nests all in her hair, it's a little harder to get it to scrunch back into those pretty curls unless I mist it really quick, use the wet brush I just showed, and then I can kind of scrunch it back. But these are the best misters. Like I do have cleaning supplies.
Let's not just talk about hair.
You're just hating on hair because you don't have any.
But what I'm getting at is it's not just for hair care. We have a 6-month-old puppy. And although he is much better now than the first month we had him, he might have one accident a day.
Mom said she needs that mister while she's here for him.
we have some hardwood floors, we have some carpets, we have tile, and in one of the bottles we have alcohol, like 70% IPA that you can buy from the store.
Cleaning alcohol.
That will spray onto that and helps get, the urine up or the doggy do, and it gets the smell out a little bit more. I even have one that I have a little bit of water and vinegar in it to help with that too for cleaning. So the nice thing about it is you're not just squirting it in one small spot. You're getting a mist over the area. And when you squeeze it, it gets a nice long mist if you hold it.
They can see that.
So that's what works well for puppies or kids that make spills and messes. It does work quite nicely for
I also have the orange wood polish in a clear one of these, and I love the way it sprays out of this all over my wood dining room table, because like Joe was saying, if you use just a normal spray bottle, even though it says it's spraying out, it really doesn't. It just plops it down in one place and you're having to get it everywhere else, and then you feel like there's too much in one place and it's just a hot mess. But if you put them in these mister bottles, not only does it look better aesthetically, but it's also better to mist it out that way as well. That's just my opinion on that. And you can always just get a little label and put on these. You can do one of those little chalk labels like we had on the Bent Go box, or you can get a little label maker and label them if you're worried about not knowing what it is. But I've seen a lot of people take their typical cleaning supplies, put them in these, and then have a bunch of these in different colors so that they know that different colors are for different things. Now the girls have a pink one, obviously this one, and they have a purple one as well. And I mean, they have a nice percent off at the time of our live stream.
You're getting a lot of product clicks of something, but I can't tell what it is on my small screen.
I believe it's the upcoming scrapbook. Okay, Joe's going to go over. Do you have the Boost spray?
You have the Boost spray.
I have the Boost spray. Okay, never mind. I'm going to go over the Boost spray. Another item that I think is a parent essential, because we've got 2 kiddos in school. And thank you for the follow, guys. Thank you, Casey. And if you're not currently following us, please tap the follow button. And if you enjoy our live stream, please also tap those heart buttons as well, because that lets Amazon know that you are enjoying our stream. So tap the heart. Thank you.
And who doesn't want lice? Go.
Okay, and who doesn't want lice? Yeah, so my kids are in school, and I have like this, and this is just me, but I feel like it's also a lot of parents. I have this like thing where I keep thinking it's inevitable. They're going to come home with it, and then we're going to have to get rid of like all the sheets and all the stuffed animals, and we're not going to know where it is, and then I'm going to have it. And I mean, Joe's okay, except for his facial hair. Okay, so, but here's the thing about the Boo Spray. So this is a lice scaring spray. So it says scare away lice with tea tree, rosemary, and peppermint oil. So there's no parabens, no sulfates, no phthalates, no synthetic colors or propylene glycol in this. So it's basically like, it says no nasties, no joke. This actually smells really good. That's my opinion. I like the way that those things smell.
And what thyme?
No, whatever. It's hold on, let's look. Tea tree, peppermint, rosemary, and then it also has keratin in it, which helps to protect, smooth, and make sure. That must be why Poppy's hair is looking so nice.
Pests hate peppermint and rosemary. So if you have an herb garden, you usually don't have as many pests in it because they don't like the smell. So
lice don't like this, and so anytime we go anywhere where there's like other people, even if we're just going to the movies and my kids are putting their head back on a seat, school, anything, we spray this lightly in their hair. It is also a mister spray, so it's not going to like go out and just make one section of their hair wet. But if for some reason you really wanted an even finer mist with this, you
can adjust the nozzle on that.
You can adjust the nozzle on this, but I have also, when this bottle broke before, I have also put this in one of these before, and it worked really nice as well. But this is something that I have to have at all times for my kids.
She has one in the car.
I do have one in my car. I do, because I ask them every day before they get out for school, did you do your, they call it bug spray. Did you do your bug spray, which is the Boo Spray? And if they tell me no, then they get it before they leave, because I'm not like a fan of lice. I'm not interested. That's not for me. Okay, Joe's going to go over our next item.
We have the Skillmatics Guess in 10 World of Animals. The kids love this game.
Love.
We actually got this one when we were on vacation, when the kids had a fall break, and we tried it out at my mother-in-law's house, and the little one was running around trying to play on different teams and working on it. So essentially, you got
they're all cheaters. They're all
clue cards and your regular cards, and I'll go over what the clue cards are used for. So you get an animal, and I think there's 50 of them in this box, if I'm remembering correctly. And you got some buzzwords, and usually you give them the first 2 buzzwords, and they get a chance to guess 10 different things about the animal.
You can ask questions.
Questions, yeah. They guess different things about the animal. Does it live in fresh water? Does it eat meat? Does it have 4 legs?
Does it live in the desert?
Is it gray? They can ask different things about it. And even if they're struggling, each team has a clue card, or 3.
You get 3.
3 clue cards, and there's little clues down here that they can pick from. They have 3. Let's say I want to go with clue number 3. My eyes and ears are on top of my head. So, that gets down to a few different animals who live in the water and have eyes and ears on top of their head. It's either a crocodile, alligator, hippo. It's very, they can kind of narrow it down, and the kids love it because they'll keep guessing, running back and forth, trying to figure out what it is.
They also try to cheat, but so does Joe. Joe tries to look at the cards as people are pulling them out so that he can win.
But what's great about it is it teaches them critical skills, critical thinking skills, because they're having to think through, what questions can I ask to figure out what the animal is, solve the problem. And that's great for development. So our littles love it. And we actually have, don't we have another one from Skillmatics coming up too?
We have the next one coming up too. But one thing that I want to say about that is, so on the box, it does say that it's for ages 6 to 99. Now, our 4-year-old is probably the biggest fan of this game. Yep. Granted, we do have to help her read the cards, but that's all part of kind of family fun for us. So if you're gifting to a family, so if I was gifting to my sister-in-law's family, I would gift them this so that they could have a really fun game night like we do. And it's just funny, and it's fun, and anybody of any age can do it. And I don't think my mom had ever laughed so hard than when we were playing this game. So it's a great gift. All right, the next item that I'm going to go over quickly is also from Skillmatics, and this one says that it's for ages 4 to 9 years. This is a sight word set that, because we loved the game with Skillmatics so much, that I wanted to grab this as well. And so for each grade on here, you can see on the back, it goes through sight words from pre-K all the way through 3rd grade, and there's 100 different cards in each one of those decks. And the reason that I wanted to get this one specifically is I have sight word cards at home that are like the first sight words, right? But what I wanted to do is kind of push my girls a little bit to do a little more than what their current level is. And so for pre-K, I would go over those with my youngest. Obviously for 1st grade, I would go over my 1st grader, but I would also start asking her some of those 2nd or 3rd grade questions as well, just so that she can at least be introduced to them. I don't expect her to like get them right off the bat. I don't expect her to know them, but it is just like a brief introduction that I feel like when you give your children the opportunity to progress, they're more likely to want to progress in that. And the thing that's really nice about this is how each set is a different color. I'm not going to get them mixed up. And my youngest is really big on like, if the next level for her is blue, then she's like, I want to do the blue ones. I want to do the blue ones. I'm done with red. I want to do the blue ones. And so this for me is also a really great gift if you have kiddos anywhere from preschool all the way through 3rd grade. All right, the next item I'm going to let Joe go over because this is also something that has really helped my oldest daughter, and we need to get back into doing it again.
So it's the Leapfrog Leap Reader system, and it's a 10-book mega pack. So it does come with 10 different books. It also comes with kind of your little guidebook. It is USB rechargeable and programmable because you can hook this up to your computer and then download the Leapfrog software and kind of log in, and you have an account there. You can add books to this as you buy more books. Let's hope there's some juice left.
Yes.
There is. But one of the things I do want to show everybody, if I can, is there are different options depending on the color. You know, there's a green color diamond for say it, a yellow color diamond for sound it, and a orange color for spell it. There's also a game or a repeat or a stop button. So, for example, here we got on the first page. Let's hope this works. I'm going to have to...
Say it.
So you've selected say it. Hopefully you can hear that.
Mom.
And that says mom. Sound it. First letter of mom. Spell it.
M-O-M. Mom.
Yeah, because you can go across it too and read it. And goes across the different words. So it is really nice because then she can practice. If she doesn't know that word, she can use the pen and say, well, I don't know the sound or I don't know the word at all. And she can go to the different options to make it as hard or as easy as she wants it to be to go through and read the book.
Well, and we got this back when she was in kindergarten. She's in 1st grade now. And so honestly, I plan on using this with our younger child as well. But I want to get her back into these because each one of these is like, basically, if you'll look down at the bottom, like it'll say long vowels. It'll say like the short U. It'll say short vowels. Yeah.
Here's the short vowels and consonants.
Consonants and short vowels. So in school, our oldest, like sometimes she will have, let's say, the short U. She has difficulty with the short U. So then I can go look for the short vowels book and we can practice more on that at home, just making sure that she gets it. And by her having that pen and being able to sit by herself, like she can sit at the table while we're making dinner and she can go through it on her own. And that just kind of gives her her own confidence in reading to sit and like be able to do it by herself and want to do it by herself instead of having us just tell her what the words are while she sits there and looks at it. So I've always really liked everything from Leapfrog, but that's one of the things that I also feel like would be a really great gift for anyone who's wanting to become a first-time reader. Yep. Okay. The next item Joe's going to go over is also one of my favorite items. So this is by 5 Stars United, and it is for stuffed animals. It's a stuffed animal bean bag. And so Joe's going to show you the zipper on this.
So you saw me pull it over because it does have a handle on it.
It does have a handle on it.
And the girls put all of their stuffed animals that they have in their bedroom.
They have their own.
Because it got a little crazy with every birthday and Christmas,
crazy.
To the point where they had stuffed animals all over their beds and they didn't want to take them out, and they had stuffed animals downstairs.
Stuffed animals everywhere.
But I mean, only the soft stuffed animals in here.
Yes.
I got Bluey.
We got all the favorites.
We got a rabbit.
So what's nice about this is we had about 6 different canvas totes sitting around just with stuffed animals thrown in them. And so we kind of went through all those. We got rid of all those totes, and then now they have these. So if they want to sit on these in their room while they're watching TV, they just scoot it over. Everything in there is soft. They can sit on it. The whole thing is washable. And the other thing that's really nice about this, so I have asthma. I don't know if my kids do or not. I don't think that they do. But stuffed animals collect a lot of dust. And if you leave them just kind of sitting out collecting dust, then that's not going to be great next time your kid's like hugging on them. So I like having them inside of this because then they're not just sitting out collecting all that dust sitting out in the room. That's just my spiel on those. But I really like these. Both of my kids have one. I also gifted them last Christmas to both sides. We have all nieces. And so I was actually asking my mom the other day if my brother's girls use theirs or not, because I gave them the bigger ones that almost become like a big chair that they could sit in and do Nintendo games and stuff. And I think theirs had the stars on it, like what is listed right here. And then I also gave stars to Joe's side of nieces because they were decorating rooms in Harry Potter and things like that. And I just thought that would be a good way for them to kind of consolidate things in their room. So great thing. Another thing that Joe's going to go over, this can also be used as like a toy chest, right? But we use it as a school supply area.
So that leapfrog stuff, that's all in here.
It's all in there,
along with crayons and other books and kind of learning materials are all in here.
Yeah.
The nice thing is it does have some straps on the side. You don't have to carry it from the bottom. We have these in yellow as well, I believe, upstairs, as well as blue. I think they have one of each. We kind of put like, letters for their name on the top. They can decorate it to kind of make it their own.
Mm-hmm. It's nice because I have each one of them, they have school supplies. So they have pencils, they've got crayons, they've got their little scissors so they can cut. And so in one, I have more things like what Joe's showing you that is for at home. So she's obviously not going to be using the leapfrog thing for something for schoolwork. It might have crayons in there so she can color different things. That's more like little busy things that the kids can do at the dining room table while we're making dinner, getting ready for dinner. Yeah. Whereas the yellow one is just like glue stick, pencil, sight words, things that we will use specifically for school. And it's just a nice way to get everything organized and into a container so that it's just not all over our entire dining room, because that's where we sit to do a lot of homework, and that's where we have the kids sit while we're making dinner and things, and they can make some messes. Let me just go ahead and tell you. Speaking of containers, Joe's going to show you also one of our favorites.
The C&K accordion file organizer. It's got little clasps on the top that you can pop open. You can see it's got a bunch of different little file sections where you can, with dividers to split things up. We have like their different school paperwork in here. If we need to look at it later in the year, or let's say they have their kind of, kids need to get their doctor's notes for like their eye exam or their dentist or something like that to go into school every year. We'll put that in here. So if somebody says, oh, they didn't get it, we can go back here and say, oh, here it is. We'll get a scan.
Will you open that and show like how big that actually like folds out there? Because it really is kind of deceiving. Will you turn it to the side? Yeah. See how big this is? There's like a ton of folders in there.
Now, just remember, it has to go back to this size.
It does. So what's nice about this, though, is like Joe was saying, a lot of times I'll have the school call and say like, hey, we can't find such and such form. Can you get it for us, or can you call the doctor's office to send it to us? And I'm like, I don't want to call the doctor's office. So I know exactly where it is. And we did not have these at the end of last year. And then I quickly realized with 2 kids in school, I need these. And so it's just much easier to keep everybody's everything in these and stored where we know that they are and we can find them. So those are definitely a parent must-have or a parent essential. Another parent essential that I'm going to show you all that I already saw a ton of people clicking on. This is the Class Keeper First and Last Days of School book. You can see it's a fairly large, hard notebook. And what's really great about this is it really just kind of documents your child's whole journey with school. And so each one of the pages that you fold through, I'm going to try to get through here to where I'm not dropping things out. And I'll show you guys. This one is my youngest daughter's. And so I have pictures of her in here when she's like going to school and her sister walking in together. And then you can also go through and kind of have them fill this out too so that they can look back at it. And it will ask them like, hey, what was your favorite color? I don't know, what does your signature look like right now? It says, I am blank years old. Here's my teacher. Here's the color animal I want. And I'll show you her first grade because these are blank. So you won't be able to kind of see anything. But this is what's in here. And you put their picture in here each year. And then you also go through and you have them fill out all of their favorite things. There's also a little folder in here. Now we keep a lot of our kids' art, as I'm sure like most parents do. But there is little folders in here that you can put some of your favorite things, or if they get a little diploma or something, put it down in here to keep everything in one place. There's also a Dear Me, here's some words of wisdom for second grade. And you do this all the way through their school so that, you can either give this to them one day or, as you get older, looking back, everybody says the school years go by so quickly and, it's just going to zoom by, and to have something like this quickly that you can get out and just kind of look through this Class Keeper, it's really cute. It also makes a really great gift as well, especially for any new parent as well. And I lost what product we're on.
You're up with
okay. the paint sticks. Okay. This is also one of my, I'm going to go to this one. This is also one of my favorite things. These are the Colorations Tempera paint sticks. You get 12 of the classic colors in here, and it's harder to see it over there, so I'm going to hold it up here. What is so great about these? It dries instantly. So if your kids like to paint, right, this is a paint stick that there's no water involved. They paint over on their paper, and as soon as they touch it, once they go across with it, it's already dry, which is great for parents. It's also something that if they get on anything else, like Joe's going to show you a mat in a minute that my girls use this on. They do all their arts, crafts, coloring, cutting, whatever they do on the mat. Joe's going to show you next. But if it gets over on that, you simply get a wet wipe and you wipe it right up. So these also fit nicely down in a stocking, and the kids love them. We first used these at one of the local libraries, and I had never seen them before, and I literally ordered them while I was standing there looking at them. All right, Joe's going to go over our Butler mat that we use every day.
Kids art mat for arts and crafts. So one of the things I will point out, I'll have to hold it up with one hand to try and do this, is there is kind of there's a ruler across the bottom and another ruler across this side. Mm-hmm. So if they want to kind of line things up and have it symmetrical, they can do that. It makes it very easy. I do want to point out...
Well, it makes it easy to measure so you're not having to run go find a ruler too.
So this pops out. There's a magnet on both sides, so it keeps it together. It forms one of those little cups. I would just say like a little doggy dish type thing, mm-hmm. but it's got a pattern on the bottom. So if you put your water in here with a paintbrush, you can rub it across the bottom and get all the paint off, and kind of use that to clean out your paintbrushes. It's got a couple of different types of holders if you want to lay them flat or stick the bottoms in here to have them going upright. It does have 10 different wells here, along with another 7 over here. Mm-hmm. So plenty of options for paint or watercolors or whatever you might want to use on here. And very, very easy to clean.
If they're decorating a pumpkin for Halloween, for school, if they're making little arts and crafts for Christmas, make sure you get one of these before. Like, don't wait and gift this at Christmas. Make sure you get one of these before so that you're prepared for all the arts and crafts. We also use them as placemats
for the kids if they're messy eaters.
Well, we use them for placemats. My kids like to cook too. And instead of them just getting like all their cookie dough and everything all over everywhere, because this is a food grade silicone and it can be washed, I actually have them do all their rolling out and their decorating of cookies and things like that on this mat as well. So it's not just for painting. You know, you can have them eat on it. You can have them roll out their stuff they're baking on it. You can do whatever you want to with it. But they are also marked down at the time of our live stream, just so that you all know. Okay, the next item Joe's going to go over also sits up in our girls' room.
All right. The Germ Guardian.
The Germ Guardian. Go ahead, Joe.
4-in-1. I just want to show you real easy. It's easy to change the filters. It pops right off. You can buy these replacements also on Amazon, which is great. They come quick. One of the nice things about this one, I got to turn it on first, because it has a couple other features.
Did you plug it in?
Yeah, I plugged it in. So okay. I'm trying to plug in everything that's electric so that I can show everybody.
We want to show you.
You know, it's a little bit of a white noise machine. It kind of sounds like a high-speed fan going on there as it's pulling everything through. It does have an option to use a UV light bulb in here, and
this is the kids' favorite part.
You can change the light colors. Come on, there's green. It has one, that second press, the button that I pressed. It starts at white and it goes through the different colors, green, blue.
It also has different caps for the top of there. Yeah.
So the caps do, I'm not going to try and pull it off right now, but this one has kind of like fun animals and palm trees on
turn
it.
it off.
Sorry. But the reason we have this on too is just same as we were talking about the little nightlight sound machine that we have. We actually have both of these going usually, because if we want to watch TV in the main room, which happens to be down below where the kids are sleeping, below a landing, if the TV's too loud there, you know, they'll hear it in their room, and we really don't want to close the door to their room.
Right.
So between either having this going and the noise machine and nightlight going, they fall right asleep. And we like to have this to keep the air clean, so lower those allergies.
They love like the constellation or what sea creatures or whatever they pick to go on top of it, that the light projects up on the wall as well. And so it's just been something that we've had in their room since they were little, and so they're kind of used to that noise as well. But because it's, you know, as I keep saying, like that time of year, right? You also need to be looking at humidifiers.
Yeah. And
this is mine, and it has a nice % off at the time of our live stream.
And there is water in this, by the way, so I am going to kind of just turn it on so you all can see. It works. One of the great things about this is that it does have different settings. So that was coming out quite a bit. Now not coming out so much. It also gives you a real-time temperature and humidity, relative humidity % for that particular area. You could put it on a snooze at nighttime if you don't want this on. It won't have the little light coming on from the different functions down here, so that you're not getting a bright green light in your face.
Hey.
You can also set it as a timer, or if you're done, you just turn it off.
Well, one of my favorite things about this one specifically is that a lot of the humidifiers, you have to like take the thing off, go turn it upside down, then try and fill it up, bring it back, and then hurry up and flip it over, and then you're getting like water everywhere. And what I really love about this one is Joe just took the top off of this.
You can pull this out. There is water inside and in the bottom here.
Yeah.
But
you can just dump, like if you go get a pitcher of water, you can just, or you have like the distilled water in a jug that you get from the store, you can just go right up to it, take that top piece off, and then pour, and you don't have to like take it all apart to do those things.
And this is a 6-liter capacity.
Yeah, it holds up to 6 liters. And so I like to have this going next to me in the room, because I have, you know, all the fans going, but then I also have like breathing issues. So I like this humidifier, and that's the one that I leave next to my bed. Now that I've seen what the price is at the time of our live stream, though, I feel like I want to get a second one for the girls' room. Just because it's my favorite one, and I used to have it like even going out in the main room as well when we first moved in, because we had to get the humidifier fixed for the house. And the air was just super, super dry, and I can't stand for like my skin to start feeling like it's dry or like cracky and stuff, especially in the winter and colder months. So if you don't have a humidifier, there you go. All right, the next item that I am going to talk about very quickly are the Vicks Vapor Rub. Yes, Vicks Vapor Rub has been around for like a very long time. My kids love Vicks Vapor Rub, especially when they are not feeling that great. But what I like about these is it's a stick. Yes. So you're not having to like, do your fingers down in there or do like a little silicone spatula down in there. You can simply just undo this top and you can see it is almost like a little deodorant stick, right? And then you can just rub it. Oh yeah, that smells good. I like that. You can just rub it wherever you need it to go. And then you just put the lid back on and screw it back on. Now, one of these went missing at my house. And I think my little one may have taken off with that, but this is definitely one of their favorite things. She even likes to put it on her feet when she's not feeling good. And so this I think is a parent must have, especially for the upcoming months. And I see that people are clicking on it. So yeah, you guys like this. All right. The next item I will have Joe talk about as well.
It is the View Plus from Air Things. And they have a few different models, depending on the name of it, that have with one or more of the functions that are on this one. Mm-hmm. So this particular model, if you're looking to it mounts to the wall with, I think it was like little 3M type strips, yep. Right? You don't even have to screw it into the wall. If you want,
even I could install it.
So, I mean, a lot of people go and they get like radon tests done, or, they'll have a CO2 detector. This has radon, real-time radon, real-time particulate matter at 2.5 microns, carbon dioxide, humidity, temperature, and kind of those airborne chemicals, volatile organic compounds. That's what VOC, if you didn't know what it means, because they don't actually have it listed here, so they just say airborne chemicals. It's volatile organic compounds. And then also pressure, barometric pressure. And the great thing about this is that it has an app, and Jen's used the app. I've used kind of just the screen that comes with it, where you wave your hand and it'll tell you anything that's kind of in a warning, yep. or an alert level. Otherwise, it's got a constant readout
I like
for
looking
us
at the dashboard
for the radon and the particulate matter, so you can see both of those real time.
So if you all follow me on social media, then you know that I've had, since moving where we've moved, I've had all kinds of like issues, and I'm like, is it something in the house? What is going on? We had the radon mitigation done. Because we have a basement. Which
I'm thankful to say the readings on that are consistent with or below what we had tested in the house. So
correct.
It's working.
So it's working. But I'm like, there's something in here. Like I keep getting headaches every day. I just feel off. It's like I just can't figure out what it is. And so one thing that has told us about our house upstairs in the main room where I am most of the time is that the CO2 levels are a little high. And so then I'm starting to look into all the things that you can do for those CO2 levels, which is running your air purifier more. So our larger air purifier, I've been scheduling it every night to do like a turbo clean of the air, making sure that you have your vents on and you're ventilating the room. You might even want to open the doors and let the air kind of flow out. Houseplants. I'm driving Joe insane because I'm buying more houseplants to try and help with CO2 levels. But I just like little devices like this that gives you more information for you to actually do something about it for your own health. So I'm big on these. So I think that those are great. That would be a great gift to give to yourself for your own home, or anyone else really. The next item is also a parent essential, and we've gone over this item a few times. I like to go over this item every time everyone's getting ready to start traveling for the holidays, because it has more than paid for itself.
And I'm trying to keep up. I've got everything going on my end today.
Sorry. It has more than paid for itself for us. This is a travel car seat, and I'll let Joe show you.
Wavy Pico travel car seat. It comes with that little bag. There are different options where you can actually buy a carrying case. We don't use the carrying case because usually what we do is I can fit in the large luggage size. I can fit 2 of these in there along with my clothes for 4 or 5 days, and it's enough room without it being extended to have extra space, and these will fit in there just fine. It does have this little locking mechanism up on the top. It also has, and again, I don't think you can see it, so I'm gonna lock it in place and then show you on camera. Come on. try to get it in there.
It's so much easier to do in the car.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm going to bust my thumb doing it. But this is designed, it's got to be in the car seat so you can really push it back into it. It's a high-grade aluminum, and I can do it, but I can't hold it with one arm because my shoulder's hurting at the same time.
Yeah, normally when you have it in there, there's the hooks that tether into the seat.
But this is the important part. This is the safety latch right here. Yeah. It prevents this from being able to rock back and forth.
It holds it in place.
And the kids might complain because it keeps them up a little bit, but that's fine. But just like a regular car seat, it comes with the latch system, the one that goes over the back behind their head, and both of the ones that go into each side of the seat. Now, if you don't have a latch system, it does have these on each side, so you can run the seat belt behind it.
We actually do both.
It is adjustable as far as
height.
Again, I'm trying to hold it down while pulling on the other side.
This is so funny. So every time we travel, Joe and I, like, the best part about bringing your own car seat when you're on a plane and traveling.
I forced it. So it's locked in place, and unless you really yank on it to come out, that way you can fold it back.
Joe and I like to skip the rental car line, and the only way you can skip the rental car line is if you're not having to go and pick up the car seats, because they're the ones who have to physically give you the car seats that you rented. They're not like outside where you can get them. They're not already in any of the cars.
Sometimes they aren't, but
the ones that are sitting outside are ones that people have returned and they haven't cleaned yet. Yeah. So you have to go wait in line to get these car seats, and by the time I get off the plane of wherever I'm going and we're trying to go get our rental car, I'm just done with the airport. I'm ready to get out of there. And so it's amazing to have two of these in a checked luggage bag, to where as soon as we pick up our baggage, we get to go straight out to the car. And then Joe and I kind of race to see who can get their child's car seat in the quickest, because I think that one's Eileen's, right? And then the bronzy one is Poppy's. And so we will race to see who can, and this is so, I'm kind of giggling because he can't get it right now because he usually gets it before I do when we're putting him in the car. But it's so nice because we're just like, click, click, strap it in, lock it in place, get the kid in, buckle them, and then we're done. And we're on our way. And we didn't have to pay to rent a car seat. We didn't have to wait in line when we got there.
$15 a day per car seat with two kids. It's $30 a day.
Right.
You take a couple trips a year, and this has paid itself off within the first year.
Exactly. And if you have a child like one of mine that want to get down and run around on the plane, and they can easily just unbuckle themselves, you can also use this on the plane.
Yeah. And what I want to point out is it has a short instruction picture here for like a car with a seatbelt, and then on the other side it has a little short picture instruction for
how to do it on the airplane. Yeah. And these are TSA approved as well. And so for us, this was a great investment because we travel so much, and we travel with the kids so much that it was a necessity for us.
Now, if you have a babysitter and you don't want to take your car seat out of your car, but you just want something. Oh, I know they can't see me, but it's important they see the product. But if you have a babysitter and you don't want to take your car seat out of your car, they can put these in for a trip to or from school. I will say it's easier to put in than a full size car seat.
Oh, it definitely is.
And I wouldn't use this like every day for long term.
Right.
But it is safe to use. It's just the kids like their like giant one with their cup holders. I think that's the one thing that's kind of missing from this that they really like is the cup holders. But it's great for traveling. It's great if you need to use it on a short notice for somebody who's visiting who wants to take the kids in their car. Definitely a must-have.
All right, the next item that I'm going to go over is also a travel laundry soap. So we travel a lot. I know a lot of you are going to be traveling over the holidays as well, and some of you are going to stay at places that there's not somewhere to necessarily wash your clothes, but you might spill all over it and you need to wash your clothes. So this is just little sheets that you can get out. This is you remove the sheet with your dry hand, and see, these are just little bitty things that are laundry detergent soap. You can clean your laundry. We have a little travel like hiking bag that we use with these, just so that I can quickly kind of clean the kids' clothes while we're out, and then rinse them once they've been washed with this. I've also spilled a lot of things on myself. It's genetic. I always spill things down the front of my shirt, and so when we go places, I want to make sure that I can quickly wash it. And these little laundry soap sheets by Travelon are, look how you can just slip this down in a purse, right? And then you have laundry soap on you while you travel. And these also have a % off at the time of our live stream. Speaking of, and I think Joe has one of them, or do I have? No, I have both of them. Okay. Speaking of also missing your mouth, this is the Miss Mouse Messy Eater Stain Remover. This, I have multiple of these in my wallet, like my zip wallet at all times in my purse. We've had to use these a lot. Joe even had to use these on the road when he spilled barbecue all down the front of his nice polo. I had to immediately get one of these out of my purse and start trying to clean it off of his shirt for him so it didn't stain. And then this is the spray. So this one stays at home, and then this is the one that we take on the go and travel. And as parents, if you don't want to be like tossing all of their clothes all the time because they've spilt stuff all over themselves that has stained, then you're going to need these so that you make sure that those clothes stay looking great, especially if you're one of the parents who likes to try to resell the clothing to get more money for clothing. Here you go. Miss Mouse Messy Eaters works for us. All right, Joe's going to go over the Natural Patch Company. He's going to do the sleeping promotion stickers first.
So we got the sleep promoting stickers.
There you go.
Buzz Patch from Nat Patch. And they have these cool, of course I'm not going to get it open.
It is a resealable bag.
They smell good too, so I'll just say that. The sleep ones smell really nice. It has little different designs on them, stars, moons, perfect for the kids. Our little one really likes these. I'll just kind of tell you what it has in it. Nothing concerning, so if you're concerned as a parent, it's got mandarin, lavender. I really like the smell of lavender, so that's why I like it. Sweet marjoram, velveteer, and essential oil. So kids like them because they think they're getting a sticker for bedtime, and they'll keep it on. And we have noticed that they might pass out a little bit quicker or sleep a little bit longer when they use these. Next up on the list, also from Nat Patch, is the mosquito patch. And all these are same thing.
Stickers.
Cool stickers. They have different colors. Let me get a different color out here so you guys can see. Different colors, a little bit different designs.
You can see them. They like the pink ones.
The kids love them as well. You don't have to spray them all over the place with the bug spray. It is plant-based. It's citronella, and it works quite well as well for the kids during the summer.
Right, and so really all you really do with that is if you're going to go out that there's going to be mosquitoes or bugs, you can put, like a sticker on their shirt here and then maybe a sticker on their leg on the other side just so that it kind of covers them. But yeah, if my kids come in here right now and see those sleep promoting stickers, they're going to want some just because they like the way that it smells with lavender as well. Like it's not, it's not something that they're physically taking. I don't like giving, my kids things to try to make them to go to sleep normally. And so we were trying those stickers first. Now this next product that Joe's going to show you, I used these today because my 4-year-old is on
you can tell I pulled the right box.
fall break right now, and my oldest daughter is not, so she's in school, and so she is constantly just like anxious and irritable and cranky and wanting to know when we're going to get sister, and just a holy terror, we're just going to say it. And so I'm just like, what is going on with you? And so I gave her one of these today just to try them. And then that's when she went and sat on the sofa and just sat there calmly eating it, telling me it tasted like blueberries and strawberries and it was good. And then she just kind of chilled out, just calmed down.
And you'll notice there's a little white film on all of these,
yes, on all of
the
them.
Little giggles. And there's also a disclaimer written on there that it is the medicated lollipop and the medicine may appear. Sorry, I don't have glasses. And I don't use glasses, but it's small. Right?
You're getting old.
Medicine may appear as a white film on the outside of the lollipop, and that's what you see there. So I'm going to head off camera for a minute.
You might have to give her one of those.
Yeah. You know what? That's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
Because it's getting late, so she's getting cranky. And let's see what happens when I give her one of these.
All right, I will go on to our next one. So also remember that during our live stream, while we are live, that you can claim the 10% off coupon while we are live. If you're watching it on demand, you need to make sure you tap follow so that you see us next time and you can get Good promo codes. This next item that I'm going to go over, this is the also from Little Giggles medicated lolly oats. This is for better bladder bedwetting. So it says that it supports a healthy bladder and kidney function. And so for my oldest, I wanted to grab these for her just because she is capable of holding it through the entire night to be able to just kind of make it through. But there's some nights that she really just isn't. And I blame it on Joe all the time and tell him that, well, your mom told me that you had problems until you were blah, blah, blah years old. But I really think that these might help her. And so I want to give these to her and kind of test those out with her and then see how we get on the whole bedwetting. And of course, my 4-year-old is just starting as well. And so realistically, for healthy kidney function, it's not going to hurt, right? The other item that I'm going to go over is also the Sleepy Time Snooze. So these are also suckers that maybe we need to give her the Sleepy Time Snooze since Joe's going to check on her right now. And again, these are all, so this is called the Little Girls Insomnia. And it says in here, everything is homeopathic ingredients that you can see. And it does say that it's for ages 3 and up. And so if they're having a little bit of trouble getting to sleep at night and you don't want to just kind of give them stuff to take, then this might be a good option to try first, especially because most kids really do enjoy and like suckers. So it's not something that you're going to have to like coerce them into taking, right? Another one that I wish I would have had when I was pregnant is the mother's morning sickness. So my morning sickness wasn't just in the morning, and it wasn't just during like the beginning of my pregnancy. It was throughout my entire pregnancy, both pregnancies. So this one says that it assists in temporary relief of an upset stomach and nausea while supporting a healthy appetite during pregnancy. And I will say they put me on a lot of different things to try and help with that nausea and the morning sickness I was getting throughout the day. And it just kind of made me feel like I was out of it. I didn't really like it. I had to try to eat just like little hard candies, even like cough drops all the time to try to like get that to go away. So these would have been perfect. And I really wish that I would have had these when I was pregnant because they would have been great. So again, all of the Little Giggles products that we went over and are in our live stream tonight, any of them, you can grab the 10% off code in our live stream right now. If you get nothing else, I would for sure get these two, just because of what season it is. Make sure that if you're watching us live that you're also scrolling through all of our featured items, because a lot of the items tonight were marked down and on discount at the time of our live stream. So I don't want you to miss those discounts. So if anyone has any questions about anything that we have gone over tonight, or something I think Joe said in the beginning might have looked a little blurry or something, just let us know. I see that we've had a lot of the kids cough clicks tonight. I really feel like, I have their entire lineup now. So after we tried the initial kids cough and it worked so great.
You don't hear kids. If you could hear them in the background, they're not.
Did you give her one of those common
I gave them both one. So each one of them got one. And
so the big one convinced you to give her one too.
the little one, wanted blue raspberry, and I got the pink or red one that was in there, whichever flavor that was. Yeah. Which I think in this one was the strawberry flavor, which she loves strawberry, so I don't know why she put up a fight.
And now, are they even still down here?
Yeah, they're still down here, and she wanted the blue raspberry, so obviously they like the flavor.
They do.
And for me and Jen right now, it's silence compared to them fighting back and forth,
and fussing and screaming,
in their little playroom area over here. So. They work, real time, they work.
They work.
It took all of a few minutes and they're already calmed down.
I know.
So.
That's why I think I'm most excited for these travel ones. Yeah. Just because, I feel like I'm even going to eat these because we all have issues on airplanes. I have issues in the car, and so I have this little kit in the car that stays in the car. I'm probably going to put a few of these in there. And then the girls always have their backpacks on the airplanes. I'm going to put a couple of those in there too. I'm really excited for these as well. And then since we're trying out Poppy trying to make it through the night. So this is the Better Bladder, like kidney function health. I'm going to try this one with her just to see how that goes. But gosh, I wish, if you guys know someone who is going through morning sickness right now, I wish I would have had these when I was pregnant, or maybe they just announced that they're pregnant. Put these in their stocking. Please, it will help, or it would have really helped me anyway. But again, once we hit stop on our live stream tonight, you won't be able to grab that 10% off code on all of these little giggles. So make sure that you go ahead and claim it now. There should be a little banner that is just right down here that says make sure that you claim that. Once you tap it, you'll see some confetti and it'll say it's been added to your cart. So anytime you add these to your cart after that, within so many hours, you will still be able to get that code and get you 10% off.
And I just tested it right now. It does work.
Yay! Okay. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry we were a few minutes late tonight. Our normal time for live stream is 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights. So we will see you all next Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Bye, y'all, and thank you for watching. Make sure you tap follow. Make sure you heart our live stream.